fifth down. I'm Larissa Liska.
And I'm Mike Yakachonis. Our featured game of the week is Gres-Sims versus Hillman.
Boom. Wolverines are seeking revenge after going 8-1 last year, losing their only game to Hillman in playoffs.
Both of these teams are new to 8-man football and are quickly making an impact as top teams in their division. One of them had to take an L this week, even if both teams played well enough to win. Gres got off to a hot start, already up 6-0. Ben Salgett picks this one off from Corey Hennigan in Hillman territory. Gres wouldn't capitalize this time. Later in the second, Caden Zion calls his own number on 4th down, and there's no stopping him. Zion rumbles his way for a 35-yard score, and that put Gres up 14-0. Later in the second, Zion opts to throw it this time. It's 6'6" Isaac Beardsley. Look at him go up and get that. The 3-yard pass puts the Wolverines up 20-0 going into halftime. First play in the third for Gres. Ryan Schweiderson has wheels. Look at him go. He goes 65 yards for the touchdown. And Gres goes up 28-0. Folks, Gres still wasn't done. Caden hits Isaac again for a 28-yard score this time. Wolverines are now up 36-0 with a running clock in the third quarter. Corey Hennigan would score a 3-yard touchdown to avoid the shutout, but Hillman takes their first loss 50-12. Larissa called Coach Zion after the game, and he had nothing but good things to say about his team.
Defensively, our kids really just flew around. I was extremely happy with how our defense played, just lying around, playing physical football and playing aggressive. Extremely happy with the defense. We put a lot of points up, but I think the defense was the thing that I was even more impressed with.
Alpena and Cadillac had a dogfight tonight, but Cadillac comes out on top by a single point. Alpena falls 13-14 to Cadillac. Rogers City's undefeated season continued tonight as they beat Mancelona. Their Hurons win their 4th in a row, 42-20.
Now the Oscoda Owls football team is hosting the Mio Thunderbolts in a North Star League battle. But first, Oscoda Athletics inducted 7 former athletes and coaches into their 2nd annual Hall of Fame. The Owls honored basketball star Maynard O'Crawley Jr., wrestlers Jeff Duvall and Matt Gary, baseball player Justin Dowdy, former player, teacher, coach, and athletic director Harry Pat Tate, and coaches Tom and Mary Coulon into the Hall of Fame Friday afternoon. 2001 3-sport athlete Dowdy played baseball at Saginaw Valley State, and he was thankful for his time at Oscoda.
It's kind of surreal, you know. You hear the words Hall of Fame, you know, and like you said, I can't believe I've been out of school already for 18 years. You know, I don't feel like it. I'd love to jump back into uniform and go throw the pads on and go play one more time, or you know. But I love this school. I love this town. I love the people in it. You know, I'm lucky that my parents still live here, so I can come back and visit every once in a while.
And now let's head to a matchup between the 2-1 Oscoda Owls and 0-2 Mio Thunderbolts. While Hall of Famer Crawley Jr.'s grandson delivered the game ball. Look at him. But first quarter, Oscoda trick play. Owen Franklin airs it out to wide open Devin Thomas, and the Owls take the early 7-zip lead. Now it's time to ring the touchdown bell. Great job, cheerleaders. The same quarter, Owls' Caleb Nagel adds to the scoreboard on this short run. Owls fly to a 14-0 lead. And this 8th grader loves it, but the Thunderbolts strike back. Brendan DeFlorio heaves up a rainbow and finds a pot of gold. Pete Socia won't stop, can't stop. And Oscoda finally brings down Socia south of the 10. Moments later, DeFlorio drops, finds Tony Rodriguez, who puts points on the board. Mio is down 14-6. Lift that man up. Owls keep soaring though. Braden Malik goes deep, and he drops a dime to Devin Thomas, who takes this one all the way home. Thomas finished the night with 128 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the Owls quiet the Thunderbolts 61-6. Malik completed 2 of 2 passes for 95 yards. The Owls are now 3-1. And we have one Thursday night score. The Posen Vikings top the Atlanta Huskies 42-26. Atlanta tied up the score, but an 80-yard run by Sam Brunette helped Posen stay undefeated at 4-0. And on Saturday, Onaway will host Pelson at 7 p.m. The 2-1 Cardinals are looking to stop Pelson from earning their first win. Now let's head to our halftime performance by the Atlanta Husky Marching Band. The Green and White are performing Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon.
BKB.
And that was a great student section for the Oscoda Owls. But now for our next game, the Tawas Braves hosted Bentley. And we have a beautiful performance by the band in red and black. But let's show you the best play of the second quarter. Handoff goes to Tawas Jr. Logan Fisk. He sprints past the 50. And he's the flash out there, going 80 yards for the Braves touchdown. Look at him go, giving Tawas a 14-0 lead going into halftime. But Tawas took over in the second half, dominating Bentley 42-0. Tawas is now 3-1, the same record as Oscoda.
When I met with Coach Smokovich before the season, he told me Week 4 against St. Ignace was one of his biggest games this season. His prediction turned out to be true, as this one was one wild ride. How about this for a start, folks? First play of the game, Saints punch it up the gut with Sean Livingston. He slices through the Cardinal D and turns on the Jets, taking it all the way for a 74-yard touchdown. St. Ignace may have drawn first blood, but Johannesburg gets the last laugh. Logan Finnerty rushed for 173 yards, had 2 touchdowns, and he had an interception. Way to fill that stat sheet, Logan. Tyson Clays also added a touchdown for Joburg as they win a big rivalry game, 34-22. The Cardinals are now 3-1 on the season as well. Hale was looking for their first win of the season tonight. Aaron Beebe helps get Hale in a position to win with this touchdown. Hale's up 26-6 in the third. Christian Essling wants to add to the scoring with a 15-yard touchdown of his own. Hale now goes up 32-6 over Heston, and after the 0-3 start, Hale gets their first win of the season in dominant fashion. They win tonight 46-12.
Well, Mike, I'm not doing so good with this anchor rankings game.
You know, Larissa, I was undefeated 3-0, like our 2 Game of the Week teams, and just like them, someone had to lose Week 4.
So here's how we're stacking up, and I finally, wait for it, win a week.
You know, I guess you had to win eventually, but too bad it'll take you until Week 7 to even catch me.
Wow, you know what? Slow and steady. I'm going to catch up, Mike. I will.
And that's the end of this week's edition of The Fifth Down.